This is Paola Lucchesi from Vita Sana Studio. I'm going to show you a sequence that will help you release any stress into your back with exercise that will strengthen and stretch your back. Lay down in a supine position with your knees together towards your chest and your hands on top of your knees. Start concentrating onto your breath, breathing in and out. Breathing in, expanding your rib cage to the front, to the side and to the back. Breathing out, drawing your rib cage in and pulling gently the navel towards the spine. Breathing in and extend your arms, moving your knees away from your chest. Breathing out while you draw the navel to the spine, move your knees towards your chest. Move with your breath and make sure that your back stays long into the mat without flattening or curling your tailbone under too much when your knee comes to the chest. Keep breathing and feeling the length and the stretch into your lower back. Place your feet down into the floor. Move your hands into a T position and cross your right knee over the left. Scoot your hips to the right. Turn your head to the right and release the knees to the left. Place the hand on top of the right knee and at your inhale, start lengthening your spine. At your exhale, apply a gentle pressure of your hand on top of the right knee to increase the stretch into your lower back. Make sure your right shoulder stays into the mat. Breathe into your lower back. Come back up. Uncross the leg and cross the left knee over the right. Scooch the hips to the left, release the knee to the right. Place your right hand on top of the left knee. Your head turns to the left. Your left shoulder stays into the mat. Breathing in to lengthen the spine. Breathing out to stretch the spine into a rotation a little deeper. Make sure that when you apply pressure on top of your left leg to stretch deeper, that you do it on the exhalation. Come back up and cross the leg. Place your arms alongside your body first and then move your hands on top of your pelvis. Take a deep inhale and anterior tilting your pelvis, moving your pelvis forward, creating space under your lower back. Exhale, posterior tilt your pelvis by flattening the spine and activating your pelvic floor muscle. Keep moving from anterior to posterior tilt to move your spine, to lengthen your spine, to mobilize your lower back and your hip. Come back into neutral spine. Place your arms alongside your torso, moving into a bridge position. Take a deep inhale to lengthen your spine. And exhale, posterior tilt your pelvis and come all the way up to the top of your scapula. Keep your back long, your feet grounded into the floor, your knees looking forward, the front of the body long, the arms active, and at your exhale, one vertebra after the other, lower yourself down into the mat. Exhale, come back up. Feel your whole body working and engaging. Feel the back of your leg deeply engaged to support your spine and your torso. Keep space of a table tennis ball between your chin and chest, and then slowly release it down. Come back again at your exhale, tilting your pelvis forward and come back up. Make sure your shoulder doesn't lift, so use the back of the arm, press them firmly into the ground to open up your shoulders. Release it down one vertebra at a time. Come back up. This time close your feet together and extend your right leg forward. Make sure both knees stays in the same line and that the right hip does not drop down. This exercise will strengthen your quad, but at the same time it will engage your glute muscle, responsible to keep your back strong and healthy. Change and extend your left leg. Flex your left foot. That will increase the strength into your quadricep muscle, the work into your quadricep muscle. Release it down. Take a deep inhale here and exhale, lower down one vertebra after the other. Moving into a strengthening exercise for your abdominals, Pilates chest lift. Move your hands behind the head, using your thumb to lengthen your cervical spine. Take a deep inhale to lengthen the spine, and exhale, lift your shoulder, chin to the chest. Inhale, extend your arms, hook them under your leg. Exhale, come a little higher into your chest. Inhale, take your hands back behind the head, and exhale, release it down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come up. Inhale, arms under your thighs. Exhale, lift high. Inhale, place your hands behind the head. Make sure your shoulders do not drop when you do that. Instead, use the strength of your abdominal muscle, the higher abdominal muscle, to keep the shoulder in place. Hands back behind the head and slowly release it down. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, come up. Inhale your arms. Make sure, by the way, that when you lift up, that your pelvis does not curl too much. And release it down. So you want to keep the spine neutral throughout the whole set. No flattening of the lower back. Come back. Place your hands back behind the head. Hold it here for a longer inhale. And exhale, release it down into the floor. Stretch your legs and turn into a prone position. Move your arms into a cactus shape with your wrist in line with your elbows and your elbows in line with your shoulder. Your legs are long and your glute and hamstring are engaged. Take a deep inhale to lengthen and exhale to lift your torso and head off the floor. Make sure when you do that you're engaging your abdominal muscle to protect your lower back. And keep your cervical spine in line with the rest of your spine. So you don't want to hyperextend the cervical spine by looking too up high. Coming up and feel the strength and the work into your back muscle. Stay high, and at your next exhale, draw the elbows down towards your feet. While you do that, keep engaging your abdominal muscle by pulling the navel to the spine when you exhale. Release it down into the mat. Place both hands one on top of the other and the forehead on top. Lift your right leg up and at your exhale, twist to the left. Spinal twist on a prone position. Feel the stretch into your lower back. Breathe into that stretch. Release it down. Lengthen and lift your left leg. Exhale, twist to the right. Spinal twist. Keep breathing and direct the breath, the out breath, towards your lower back. Release it down and then slowly placing your hands under your shoulder, coming back up into a child's pose, keeping your knees wide open, letting the torso rest in between your thighs. Feel the stretch into your lower back and into the side body. Slowly come back up, one vertebra after the other, letting the crown of the head be the very last thing to come up. Coming into a neutral position into your spine. Moving into a quadruped position with your hands under your shoulder, your knees under your hips. Starts extending your right leg forward and your left leg back. Lift them up and hold it there for a couple of breaths to feel the strength of your center. Then move your limbs by inhaling, tapping down your arm and leg, exhaling, coming up. Do a series of 8. Make sure that the movement always starts from your center. Holding at the top and do little pulses high towards a slight extension of your lower back and of your upper thoracic spine. Keep your core engaged when you exhale to protect your lower back. Release it down and change to the other side. Stretch your right leg back and your left arm forward. Lift them up at your next exhale. Hold it there. to find the strength in the center, and then move your limbs. Inhaling, tap the limbs down. Exhale, lift them up. Imagine as if your arm and leg move from your center. That's how powerful your core, your deep abdominal muscle is. Hold it there and do little pulses up, increasing the work both into your abdominals and your back muscle. Hold it there, release it down, and stretch it back again into child's pose. Come back into quadruped position. Make sure your hands go back under your shoulder. Stretch your right leg back and the left leg back, coming into a plank pose. Keep the gaze slightly higher than your hands. Your back is long, stays into a long line. If you feel need to modify, take the knees down. Make sure while you hold your plank that your lower back does not drop down. So keep your core deeply engaged. Press your arms firmly into the ground and breathe. Release your knees down and once more stretch it back into a child's pose. Feel the release into your lower back. Feel your side body stretching and lengthening. And then one vertebra after the other, come back up into a neutral spine, sitting into your heels. Do this sequence at least 3 times a week. That will help release tension into your lower back and make your back stronger and longer.